Hello, guys. Jude Bellingham, what on earth did you just do? A match-winning brace sends England to the World Cup semi-finals, but Norway are calling it a scandal, and the controversy is not going away. Messi's Argentina are waiting in the last four after a dramatic extra-time win over Switzerland, and the BBC's own 3D animation is now contradicting FIFA's official version of events. Plus, Adeyemi is on the verge of joining Barcelona. Pep Guardiola reemerges as a candidate for the Italy job, and Atlético Madrid are already making moves in the transfer market. If you're enjoying this kind of breakdown, drop a like. It genuinely helps us keep this format going. So now, let's get the show on the pitch. Jude Bellingham's match-winning brace sent England into the World Cup semi-finals against Argentina. Norway's players and staff were left furious that his opening goal was allowed to stand by the match officials, calling it a scandal. Argentina are through to the World Cup semi-finals after defeating Switzerland in extra time, but a petition to kick Argentina out of the World Cup has surpassed 2 million signatures in just 36 hours. Heated debates have broken out among fans on social media over the fact that all refereeing decisions are going in favor of Leo's team. Ex-Borussia Dortmund teammates Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham went head-to-head in the World Cup quarter-final in Miami, with England beating Norway. After the match, Haaland made his feelings about Bellingham very clear. PSG have reached an agreement in principle with Ferran Torres on a contract until 2031. The French club are preparing their first official offer to Barcelona. Ferran has chosen PSG despite interest from two Premier League clubs. Gary Neville says Jude Bellingham is England's superstar now, claiming his performance gave him goosebumps and that he has never seen anything like it. Despite Thomas Tuchel insisting he is not happy with England's performances, they continue to win games at the World Cup, with analysts examining the tactical reasons behind their resilience. Bellingham and Kylian Mbappé are demonstrating their world-class talent at this World Cup, scoring 6 and 8 goals respectively for England and France from their different positions on the field. France faced Spain in the other heavyweight World Cup semifinal. The two sides met in the Euro 2024 final, making this a rematch of one of the most anticipated fixtures in recent international football. France will mobilize 70,000 police and gendarmes across the country on July 14th to ensure security during National Day celebrations and potential gatherings linked to the World Cup semifinal against Spain. Lionel Messi gifted his jersey to Roberto Baggio after Argentina's World Cup victory. The 1993 Ballon d'Or winner wrote on Instagram, "Thank you, Leo, for your valuable gift and for your affection. I love you very much, my friend." Egypt coach Hossam Hassan admits he avoids mentioning Lionel Messi's name in team talks to prevent his players from being intimidated. "Messi's name can scare some footballers a bit," he said. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has stated that the expansion of the World Cup to 64 teams will be examined and debated by the relevant committees. Adeyemi is no longer training with Borussia Dortmund, with the club confirming he is exempt due to being in talks with other clubs. According to reports, his move to Barcelona is pending only the drafting of contracts and final details. Pep Guardiola has reappeared on the shortlist for Italy's head coach position, following the appointment of Paolo Maldini to the national team's technical setup. Fabio Capello believes the FIGC made the right call in appointing Paolo Maldini to the national team setup, adding that Roberto Mancini's past mistakes were too big to forget. Atlético Madrid have announced the signing of Morten Hjulmand, their second summer arrival, after Alejandro Grimaldo. Kang-in Lee is also expected to complete his move to the club this week. Borussia Dortmund and Constantinos Karetsas have reached an agreement in principle, but Genk rejected a package worth up to $32 million and continued to demand up to $38 million for the 18-year-old attacking midfielder. AC Milan and manager Ruben Amorim are reportedly interested in signing Manchester United defender Noussair Mazraoui, potentially reuniting the pair after their time together. Turkish clubs are reportedly preparing a lucrative offer for Mohamed Salah following his departure from Liverpool. Jude Bellingham delivered a match-winning brace to send England into the World Cup semi-finals against Argentina, but the victory has been overshadowed by one of the most controversial goals of the entire tournament. Norway's players and staff were left furious that Bellingham's opening goal was allowed to stand by the match officials at Miami Stadium, with the Scandinavians calling it a scandal. The controversy centers on whether the ball had fully crossed the line on a Norway clearance that led to England's equalizer. FIFA stated that the chip inside the ball detected no change in trajectory on the goalkeeper's clearance, meaning no contact, no goal. However, a BBC 3D animation based on official data appears to show the opposite. The so-called cable gate theory has since emerged, suggesting that a blind spot created by cables, rails, and cameras in that area of the stadium may have interfered with the ball sensor signal to VAR, preventing the technology from registering the contact. Gary Neville captured the mood around Bellingham's performance, saying he has never seen anything like it, and that the display gave him goosebumps. Bellingham now has 6 goals at this World Cup, a staggering return from midfield. Despite Thomas Tuchel publicly stating he is not happy with England's performances, his side keep finding ways to win, and Declan Rice played through a sickness bug that had kept him in bed for most of the 3 days before the match. England now face Argentina in the semi-final, a fixture that carries the weight of decades of football history. Lautaro Martinez, who scored in the 121st minute of Argentina's extra-time win over Switzerland, has avoided suspension for the clash. World Cup fans have also been demanding FIFA suspend an Argentina player for an alleged rule breach during that 3-1 win, though no official action has been confirmed. With Messi on one side and Bellingham on the other, this is the match the world has been waiting for. The other World Cup semi-final pits France against Spain in a heavyweight clash that carries enormous historical weight. The two sides met in the Euro 2024 final, making this a rematch that both sets of players and fans have been anticipating since the draw was made. The match falls on July 14th, Bastille Day, adding an extraordinary layer of national significance for the French. France have been driven by Kylian Mbappé, who has scored 8 goals at this tournament, making him one of the standout performers of the entire competition. Spain, meanwhile, have navigated their route to the semi-finals with a blend of technical excellence and tactical discipline, as highlighted by their official route graphic released by FIFA. The two nations represent contrasting footballing philosophies, France's physicality and individual brilliance against Spain's collective possession-based approach. The stakes are so high that France's Interior Ministry has announced the deployment of 70,000 police and gendarmes across the country on the night of the match to manage both National Day celebrations and the expected gatherings of football fans. It is a measure of just how much this game means to an entire nation. For Spain, a victory would mean a place in the World Cup final and a chance to complete a remarkable run of international success. For France, winning on Bastille Day on home soil, or at least with the nation watching, would be the stuff of legend. Whoever advances will face either England or Argentina in the final. Pep Guardiola has re-emerged as a candidate for the Italy head coach position, following the appointment of Paolo Maldini to the national team's technical leadership alongside Leonardo. The development marks a significant shift in Italian football's direction, with the FIGC clearly looking to restore prestige to the Azzurri after years of turbulence. Fabio Capello has publicly backed the appointment of Maldini, stating that nobody is better suited for the role and that Roberto Mancini's past mistakes were too big to forget. Maldini's legendary status in Italian football as one of the greatest defenders the country has ever produced gives him an immediate authority and credibility that few figures could match. Guardiola's reappearance on the shortlist is notable. The Catalan coach has long been linked with international management as a potential future step, and Italy's restructured setup under Maldini could represent an attractive proposition. However, no formal approach has been confirmed, and Guardiola's situation at club level would need to be resolved before any such move could progress. For Italy, the priority is rebuilding a national team identity and restoring the Azzurri to the top of the international game. With Maldini now in a leadership role and names like Guardiola being discussed, there is genuine optimism that Italian football is entering a new era, though the hard work of qualifying campaigns and squad development lies ahead. Atletico Madrid are moving quickly and decisively in the summer transfer window. The club officially announced the signing of Morten Hjulmand on Saturday. The Danish midfielder arrives as their second summer signing after Alejandro Grimaldo. Kang-in Lee is expected to complete his move to the club this week, making it potentially 3 major arrivals in a short space of time. Hjulmand made a heartfelt farewell to Sporting CP, where he had captained the club. In a farewell video posted by Sporting, the 27-year-old said, "Someday I will tell my daughter that I was the captain of this club." His arrival at Atletico brings leadership, physicality, and technical quality to Diego Simeone's midfield, exactly the profile the manager tends to favor. Grimaldo, the 30-year-old left-back who previously starred for Benfica and Bayer Leverkusen, adds experience and quality in wide areas. Kang-in Lee, the South Korean creative midfielder, would complete a trio of signings that suggests Atletico are building seriously for the coming campaign. The club also has a promising homegrown talent in Sergio Esteban, who is part of Spain's U19 European Championship winning squad, a team that scored 19 goals and conceded none throughout the tournament. Esteban will now come under Diego Simeone's guidance, giving Atletico a blend of proven signings and exciting youth as they look to challenge at the top of La Liga and in Europe. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting football news. Stay tuned for our next video. Until then, take care and see you soon.